Hey everybody, welcome back to Outward. So we are on the Heroic Kingdoms Conflux path. We were figuring out these elevators. And I think that we're basically ready to proceed here. Now I don't know what's behind the door yet. Or if we can even get through the door. But it says, enter Conflux Chambers. So I'm hopeful, but I'm also thinking, there might be a boss or something bad, some kind of baddie. So we're going to do that. We're going to temporarily increase our physical damage. We're going to eat so that we're not hungry. Alright. Let's go see what's behind this door. Alright, well, we're not immediately being attacked. However... Oh, look at how much light our sword gives off. Or axe, rather. That's really cool. When it has a flame on it. That's actually really cool looking. I don't know how we're holding it. Gloves. Oh boy. Have we been in here? No, there's no way because we never solved that puzzle with the elevators, but this looks sort of familiar. Oh. Did we come a different way to get in here? Because I think we've been in here before, and I think this door would take us out a different way, obviously. Well, we've never looted this guy. Yeah, okay, something's going on right ahead. I see an enemy. Is it an enemy? I'm not locking on yet. Okay, not an enemy. The Fifth Watcher. Ooh, look at this guy. Now, this is not fair, because this man has an amazing beard, and I would love for us to have an amazing beard. As a matter of fact, if you get mana, like one of the benefits should be getting an amazing beard option. That'd be cool. Let's see. I need to eat something else. We just picked up a bunch of food from unfortunate old boy back there. Let's talk to this guy.
Welcome. Bow your head in respect, for you have come to the end of a ley line.
The place where the very world itself will pour its power into you, if you make room for it. Now, I heard a little bit about this. What he means by make room for it is we have to sacrifice up front a certain amount of our health and a certain amount of our stamina, combination or one or the other, to even have mana. However, much later, there's a different way to get mana or an item you can use that negates this initial sacrifice, but you don't get it back. It just is something that makes the initial sacrifice seem pointless, but that's me reading spoilery stuff, I guess, so I should just go with this so I know a little bit of what to expect. To open yourself to mana is to open yourself to the flow of our world. To use magic is to command the world to obey your desires. Master magic, and you can master the flow that echoes through us all. Hey, that sounds great, Fifth Watcher. If you are prepared to sacrifice some of yourself for it, and you are prepared to miss many nights of sleep, we welcome you. May the power of mana lead you on the road to success. Yeah, I want to do this, for
Welcome.
sure.
Bow your head in respect.
Bow our head
for
in
you have come
respect.
to the end of a ley line.
Yeah. So let's look around. Clearly we're gonna have to interact with this thing in some way. Probably from up there if I had to guess. I'm assuming that these are all gonna be friendly NPCs. I hope I'm not wrong because this guy looks decked out. Look at this guy. He's got candles. Or is it a woman? I think it is a woman. I can't tell. The armor is kind of buff. But the candles on the shoulders, that doesn't seem safe at all. But it looks cool, right? The armor itself looks pretty amazing too. Very unique. Almost like it's made partially out of carapace or bone, you know? And not just metal.
Perfect.
Zephyrian. I've always enjoyed coming here. You can really feel the hum of mana as it passes through the mountain. Anything else?
Perfect.
No. Ah, we have a kitchen here. We could make some stuff. I don't know if we like actually need more of those or not, but make a couple of them. We have a bunch stored. Oh, it's a shame we can't use these beds. I'm sure we could just like pitch our tent in here though. Or we could use this conveniently placed bedroll. Second Watcher.
Magic is the weapon of a patient warrior.
You cannot charge into danger and unleash spells as you please. You must plan your attacks and bring enemies into a fight that is to your advantage. Never forget that spells must be used in the right combination. I'm getting the feeling that magic is going to be incredibly difficult to master the use of it in combat, but maybe ultimately worth it. We'll keep our trusty axe for a while. Obviously, I think. We'll see what happens. I know nothing about how to use magic in this game except for that for the bigger spells you need to lay down a sigil and then stand within that sigil. So, that's what I know.
Welcome. I am a watcher of the ley line.
Do you have a question about the art of magic, visitor? Okay, yeah. So what is our mana? Exactly.
Mana is the energy that throws through all things.
With proper preparation, you may use it to force the world to bend to your will by casting spells. Alone, most spells are weak, but when combined or used in the right ritual sequence, their power is made manifest.
If you wish to recharge your reserves of mana, having a meal will help.
Especially a certain blue vegetable that, honestly, I've gotten a little sick of eating so often. You can also pull mana from lingering souls with the right technique. Ooh, that sounds amazing. I probably should write that down. So we need to find a trainer that can teach us how to pull mana from souls. Because that sounds better than using potions.
You can rest to recharge mana, but be warned.
Your maximum capacity for mana can only be maintained with rigid focus. If you sleep, it will take time before you will be able to call upon your full reserves of mana again. A sleeping mind loses its connection to the real world, after all. Wow. There's a whole subsystem here governing magic. And it even involves how much we sleep and our wakefulness. That's incredibly interesting to me. I'm wary of it, because typically things that are very specific are only useful in very specific situations. So we'll see. We're definitely unlocking our mana, no question there.
Welcome. I am a watcher of the ley line.
Here's a good question, and we're not wearing a helmet anymore either, we're wearing a hat. But why don't mages wear heavy helmets?
To cast spells frequently, I advise you to wear light headgear.
So it won't interfere with your body's flow of mana. Heavy helmets limit your capacity to cast spells. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We have a hat on now. And
Welcome.
Can you teach us
I
magic?
am a watcher of the ley line. To unlock the power of mana, you must first give up some of your mortal vitality to a ley line.
Yep, we heard that. A place where Orai's life flows strong, like this very chamber. If you wish to become a mage, touch the crystal at the center of the chamber.
The Holy Mission and the Kingdom of Levant have their own paths to this chamber as well.
Oh, okay. So if you wish to return here, you could take their particular path to get back here in a different manner. Yeah, we've come at this a few different ways, and we might have come at it the most difficult way. I really don't know. Maybe one of you guys could tell me. So we took that high mountain path with the elevators. How does that compare in difficulty to ways that you guys have got here? Was it the easiest? Are they all basically the same? They kind of indicated to us earlier in the game that certain ways were going to be easier or harder to navigate. So I'm just kind of curious about your guys' experience getting in here. I know you all got in here much faster than I did. And I appreciate the help in getting us here today. Let's see, so we could go up top here. I do want to check that out, but obviously first things first. Who is this lady? The first watcher.
So, you have come.
Man, lady.
I sensed that someone who had the potential for magic was on their way.
Cool. Didn't know you could do that.
If you wish to gain magic, you must first give.
You must sacrifice health and stamina to the ley line, and in return you will be given back, it will be given back to you as mana.
Be careful how much of your life and stamina you give up, because you can never get it back.
Whew.
The first time you gain mana, you will gain your first spell, the spark.
It may seem small and weak, but when combined with other spells or components, it can produce powerful effects. Yeah, okay. Whew, a lot to think about. Because I learned one skill back in Cierzo that boosted our maximum health and stamina. It was called fitness. I don't know that I can check my skills. Apparently not. Yeah, it doesn't show up here, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, I picked up this fitness. Increase your maximum health by 25, and the maximum health restored while sleeping by 20. So we've gained 25. We need to keep that in mind when thinking about how much we're willing to give up. Oh, this is rough. Okay. Wow, it takes from both. It's going to take 5 from each. I don't know, guys. I wonder if we can ever come back and get more mana. Like if I do just a little bit and it's not enough. Kind of curious to see what's over here while I think about this.
Feel free to use one of our boats to return to the surface.
It will take you to a beach not far from Cierzo. Oh, okay, that's amazing. But in the meantime, what else? And see, we can get gear with reduced mana cost. So like, not what we have on right now, but ooh, I don't want to do that. Yes, but we can equip things like this. And so now I think that between our hats, mana cost negative 20%, mana cost negative 15%, so that's a 35% percent reduction in the cost of spells. And that's going to factor in to how much mana we need as well. And then look at this, if we do something like the Troglodyte Staff, which is pretty interesting looking. How does this thing handle? Similar to the Great Hammer, at least the strong attack is. Oh, nope, didn't want to do that. Let's pick that back up. Okay. And so then when I look at it that way, that's 45%, but I have no idea how much it costs to cast something. you know? I might actually have to do a little research on this. I don't like doing that. But I don't want to get into a situation in this game where I just don't have enough health and stamina to be effective and stay alive, or alternately that I pick a low amount of mana and then it simply isn't enough for magic to be useful to us at all, and then it ends up being that we wasted the health and stamina that we gave up. So yeah, before I do anything, make any final decisions here, we're gonna go ahead and take a little break. I am going to do a little bit of research because they're telling me that there's no undoing this, so. Nice of them to leave this for us. I wish I could more easily get into it, so there we go. And we are literally going to sleep on it for a bit. This was kind of a short one. When we come back, I'll have a little bit more information and we'll be better armed to make a good decision about how much mana we really want to have. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Thanks for the support. We'll see you soon. Take care and wish me luck.